you, folks. We're doing some silliness today. I was feeling like playing a little bit more Path of Exile 2. But I didn't want to go and step on our scheduled Wildermyth stream. I'm just deciding I'm going to start this a little early, and then we hit the normal stream time. We'll switch over to Wildermyth. You know, some nice relaxing game of getting my butt kicked by some big old bosses over here. Oh, I should, sorry, I should have in the title what build we're doing. Lightning Sork. I guess I'll just call it. Boom. And then over here. Lightning Sork. There we are. Something kind of like that, I think. There we are. Let's get to the adjust. We're going to be a little casual on our start here. It's kind of getting in my eye line in a way that I don't normally like. All right, we'll go with something like that, I think, maybe. That should be fine. Enough for life for me to defeat the last boss in Act 1. Reichland Raider. We actually did have some difficulty with that ourselves. We farmed a little bit more and took another crack at it. One of the big things that was screwing us, and it's probably, you know, I don't know, there was also lack of, like, DPS, I'm sure, but it's hard to get gear in Path of Exile 2. There's a fair number of complaints going on for that. But one of the things was just the timing of the, like, you know, the minion wave? So Act 1 end boss summons, like, the fog in, and then you're in a small circle, and you're getting attacked by lots of little critters. And then when he gets really low in health, he switches to, like, I was calling it, like, these blood daggers that were coming out of the ground. Well, when the two of them were happening at the same time, it's kicking my butt. But why does it say? I think town portal. What? It wasn't there. Okay. Anyway, graphically weird. Apparently, we're still on the WSD mode, which I'm going to switch back to just clicking because that is my preference. Anyway. And then when we did it again, and when we came back to it with more gear, and probably just changed the timing of the damage I was doing versus the timing of the minion waves, or however that worked. So then it didn't happen at the same time, and it was a much easier win. So who knows these things? I am currently level 18. What a perfect level to be at. So we just entered Act 2. We're level 18. I mean, no, not am. Oh my God. Why that screen so slow? That one and the world map. Like, give me a break. So yeah, we basically just entered Act 2. We walked out of the starter town maybe, and we're here. Apparently I have a passive skill point to spend. Okay, we did go and pick up our Spiral into Mania, which is great. We were probably going to start focusing on maybe some crit. Now, I did do some looking up, and I can't tell. There's no built-in little encyclopedia in here yet. And, of course, we don't have, like, the wiki info and things for this game yet. I'm not sure that shock gets applied on crits in PoE 2. It feels like shock, and I think a lot of the elements, I think, might just get applied based on the damage that gets hit, like the damage size. The damage that gets inflicted on an enemy determines the chance of getting a shock, and that may be all. I don't know. I mean, critting certainly will do more damage, we'll do that, but I don't know if a crit automatically applies shock or not in PoE 2, which is a little annoying. Oh, Reichländer. Well, that's unfortunate with the ads. I forgot. Normally I do the 10-minute pre-stream and then you get the ad block over there. I will say this. I'm streaming both Twitch and YouTube right now. You could open both and then just switch what tab is active based on the commercials that are playing on both systems. There's a way to dodge things. I'm just saying, it's entirely conceivable you could do something like that. So sorry, Reichländer, you missed the what I said. The Act 1 end boss was really challenging. We lost a few times. I went out, did a little bit more farming, gained an extra level or two, tweaked a little bit of gear, things came back in, and the big thing was just I think because of the rate of the damage I was doing, it broke the sync of the end phase of the Act 1 boss where he like stabs out of the ground with the bloody dagger looking things was happening at the same time as one of his minion waves, which was killing us. And then when I went back and it was just slightly out of sequence, and it was fine, easy peasy. So yeah, anyway. So yeah, I don't know if crit guarantees application of a shock right now. I'm thinking what we might do is just go down this elemental damage branch. I'm going to take this first pip as is, but then the one that's specific to lightning, I'm going to make sure it's linked to a weapon set. But for now, we'll just take the 8% increased elemental damage node, and that's going to be that. Looks like Baldur's Gate 1 is one of the free Amazon Prime gaming games. That's fun. Oh, that is cool. I mean, Baldur's Gate 1 Enhanced Edition is pretty cheap and comes on sale a lot. So we're going with, I mean, we've got a cold ability, we've got a fire ability here in case we run into someone who's resistant, but mostly we're just trying to lightning the crap out of anything and do that theme. So again, it's currently 20-1, so we're going to play this for about an hour and 20 minutes, and then we'll switch over to Wildermyth, which is our scheduled game for today. Where the hell am I supposed to go here? Oh, I guess just up that way. Was this a thing? What is this thing that's showing up on the map? Just random dead guy. All right. I don't know. I guess we'll go this way. Crit does not guarantee ailments in Podu. Okay. I mean, Thundersocks, it would be great if we had a reference for that. It's certainly my impression, but I'm having a hard time finding explicit confirmation. O2wiki.net. Okay, and do they have a source? Like a forum post or something? I mean, they probably are writing things that make sense. But I was noticing like tons of articles about it when I was Googling around it, and a lot of it just felt like it was AI written nonsense, and it's like, well, and from what state of development? Because part of the issue with the news about Path of Exile 2 is a bunch of it changed from like initial announcement to now. But I suspect it's right. Which does mean the chance to shock stat is much more valuable all of a sudden, since that's the only way to do it. I mean, scaling your damage up seems to also be a way to do it. Oh, am I full? Oh, I should probably go to town or something. Oh yeah, I never cleared my inventory after we played. It's all stuff I'd probably be looking to sell. I guess I can do this and still pick this up, and we're going to see what we can do with these flasks. Kill the boss here. Now go back to town. Sorry for spam. Oh! Okay. So I don't need to be in the zone at all, is what you're saying. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Plus, I should go sell anyway, as it turns out. So, and someone told me you can control click on the hooded one to ID, saves you a click, although he still pops up as chat, which is a whole thing. I don't think I'm going to be wearing Gloom form, so I'm just going to go and stash it. And we're going to stash these flasks that we may... There we go. And then gear-wise, I think we're going to be doing a bunch of selling. Who can I sell to? Zarka, are you a selling person and a disenchant person? Okay, I'm still thinking we're mostly going to sell for a little bit now to get a gold reserve, because we might still be having to buy/gamble for some rings. Level 5 Power Siphon, I don't think I want that. +1 leveled all cold spells. I mean, that is really quite good, but we're not building that, and I'm not going to store this up. So I'm just going to trash this. Nope. 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 Actually might be worth saving for someone. Level 5 skeletal minion, giving them extra attack and life regen. So I might try my hand at minions, although they sound like they've been pretty badly nerfed. Yeah, just sell that. And then this ring. Oh man! This is what we needed for the freaking boss fight! I needed cold resistance. Look at that maximum life. Nothing else. Actually, it's got double cold resistance. Like, none of the rest matters at all. It's great. Extra rarity? Sure, fine. Yeah, mana, sure, it's fine. It doesn't do much. A bunch of resistance and life is amazeballs. This ring here doesn't do really anything for us. Well, this one I would propose does even less for us. So we're going to throw that in. I think I'm going to sell this ring. All right. That's really good, considering how hard loot is to come by in this game. So I'm just going to throw this into the so-called mega stash here. Okay. So do we have any idea where to go next? Do I have a quest? You have rescued the Adura caravan and earned passage upon it. So is there a caravan around here? I don't think it's this way. I think this is the way I came into town. Let me check these other ways here.
The verdant land of 7 waters.
It's so weird to come in and not... Oh, this is the caravan here. All right. It was weird to have no quest markers, though. Like, no active quests at all? Bizarre. Bizarre. In Path of Exile, the classes are like, they just have one character for them, so they're gender locked.
Twisting the desert as it goes, waking ancient dead and
so is this the proper town for Act 2? This moving thing?
brought it here as part of some nefarious plan.
That's really cool.
I assume she has allies here. We must track them down and convince them to give up this madness.
Yeah, a lot of ARPGs tend to have like just one character model for a class. That's fairly typical.
Thank you.
It's not, I'm not saying it's ideal. I'm saying it does come up a lot. Seek the Sekima of the Ardura. And then we got a waypoint here. Oh, there you go in the little caravan. Okay. That's kind of cool. Look at that. They're all just chained together.
The Sekima of the Ardura.
Hello.
I have heard of you, of course. But Zarka assures me you have almost served your time of banishment. Time will tell.
Swanky. Okay. Now I need to run like a Dark Sun campaign for my D&D group using this giant like caravan train.
So, the beast has entered the world once more. We were following a trail of corruption before we were waylaid. And now we shall resume the hunt.
You've been waylaid by
We
enemies and
Marrakech
must
are
defend yourselves.
honor-bound to seek and contain corruption wherever it may be found. It seems the sacred duty falls on us once more. The trail connects to 2 locations, but we don't know where the beast currently resides. I am willing to begin wherever you and your shade thinks is wisest. Fight to the last.
Ooh, a desert map. Wait, this is gonna move the caravan? Oh man! All right, that's legit very cool. And now we're stopped. Oh my god, they're being pulled by people. And we go it this way? Oh, that's really neat. That's so different.
The Halani gates have been closed? This has not happened for generations.
Speak, friend, and enter.
Many gates are closed for the first time in 1,000 years. This can only be related to the beast. We should investigate the Feridan's camp in the halls of Mawdun and demand answers.
I'm sure they're all in a union. It's fine. Just don't ask, says bitter old guy. The people pulling things, yeah. Use the desert map to travel to somewhere else. Okay, I will do that. Dessert. Is it true? You guys cool? You're all... Oh my god! They're not like yoked or harnessed or whatever. It's stitched into the back, which is a stupid way of doing things. Like, what an inefficient way to get maximum pullage out of your people. What are they just... They're just piercings. Do I have an option of just walking instead of having this caravan move now? Look at this! Look at this art! Somewhat less than ethical. Okay, go to the Mawdun Quarry. Oh, down here. Yeah, I'm gonna feel bad whenever I go to a different area. Exactly, right? Man. They're all volunteers. Are they all zombies? Let's assume they're all zombies. These are not people. Still doesn't make sense to attach them to the caravan that way, though.
This night now grows warm.
Okay, at least we have a waypoint we can use to travel now. They signed the EULA without reading the whole thing? Like that South Park episode. Things are a lot more enjoyable now that we have Arc, but we could definitely use some extra beefiness still. Some extra deeps. Our defense have gotten a lot better in the last little bit. That ring especially. And of course we got a little bit more life and resistance before going back and fighting the boss, which I'm sure made a big difference. Bone Blast is a pretty good spell, but I'm not interested in it on this character. My witch had a comment like this would be more efficient if they're dead, so I assume they're alive. Damn! The witch does have the best lines in Po 1 as well. Just really great vibes. Some extra chain lightning going on here with my Orb of Storms. Forsaken Hulk. Don't smash. Thank you. Grants level 5 lightning bolt. Oh. What does lightning bolt do for us? I mean, we'd clearly have to enchant this, because especially since it's taking both things over here. That's very interesting. I don't think I can justify running it right now, not until we enchant the heck out of it. We'd lose some survivability. It would really depend on what this rolled. If this rolled, you know, +3 to all lightning spells, then be like, okay, well, clearly we're switching to that. We'll have to try to do a little bit of crafting in time and see how it do.
No mana.
Oh. Oh, siphons mana and deals lightning damage. Okay, I think I've got to stay outside of his radius. Fellow Archendure. I mean, it was always my favorite build in Po 1 as well. Okay, you are really annoying. Are you leashing? What are you doing?
No mana.
Oh, maybe you drop the thing when you get low enough. You seem to be moving faster. You might hurt a little less. Could you please die? Thank you.
Forgotten.
Siphoning Wand. Level 6 Power Siphon. I mean, I don't think I want that, but I guess we could ID it. See if it's got something cool. I staggered him, so he dropped his thing. Interesting. Oh, yeah, look at these things. Makes me think, I guess they're wheels, but it does make me think of all the stuff you'd always see around, like, the Earth Kingdom and stuff in Atla. See, part of my instinct from playing other ARPGs, where you're going to progress a little further, is I don't have to kill all this. I can just push through to the next zone. But I really feel like we've got to farm everything. Since the boss fights are so challenging, and since there's so little loot, and we tend to want to sell a lot of loot for money, I really feel like we've got to stop and kill all the things. How's your arc DPS? I felt always had to mix fire and lightning to get a decent damage. I don't know. I haven't been comparing different things. We are trying to stay basically exclusively lightning themed just to see what it's like. You know, we were using the flame wall here when we were using spark a little bit. It's tricky because it requires such static placement. And the place where like I feel like I could use more DPS in particular is boss fights. And obviously in boss fights, I don't want to stand in here and like this DPSing while the boss is doing one-shot kill things. So the arc was better single target than spark. Wait, seriously? I mean, it certainly looks like I should be able to go through here. Oh, all right. Now lightning bolt may in fact be considerably better single target damage. And that's if we get a decent craft on that staff, we might consider switching to that. And early on, I've got to admit, Frostbomb really carried us through some of the early boss fights. And now we do have Frostbolt on here as a backup. But I haven't felt like we've had to use this. Hello.
Our people have lived in the shadows of the dunes for too long. Countless generations have been forgotten, will be forgotten. We are not Faradin. We are Maraketh. And if we work together, if we unite, then...
A Sport Jumper Firewall makes it a circle. Oh, neat!
We must show them that casting us off is a mistake. We must show them our strength. Perhaps we can one day rebuild Keth itself. For all those who live in the plains of Vastiri.
Feel like you just get swarmed and die when you full clear everything. Yeah, things can catch up to you, and the fact that the evade doesn't roll through things. I was running the gem of +1 limit to Orbistorms, and it was interesting because I could cast a couple and then I'd double up on it. And of course, casting one of these counts as a lightning cast. I don't know if casting that exclusively is a path to anything because they're very expensive. That's the thing with Spark, because it was very cheap. So between it and the Orb of Storms, it did like splash damage a lot of crap. I'm still putting down the Orb of Storms when there are a lot of things. You know? Because it definitely adds to the deeps. This might be a good place to do it. But I didn't like it in the boss fights because a lot of times I'd put it down, especially with the double. You know, I'd cast it twice, and by the time it was time to, like, start triggering more lightning attacks, I had to move out of the way. But maybe I was using it wrong. Entirely possible. Hey, level 19. Less good than 18, but I guess we have no choice. I've gotten used to the move and shoot, which was awkward first. Improves the quality of a wand, staff, or scepter. Oh! Did they change the blacksmith thing? Is it only doing like melee style weapons and you need this for magic style weapons? Blacksmith one may also do bows. I don't know. Oh, I'm using click moment. We've played with WASD as well. It's like maybe I should force myself to use it a little bit more and see how it feels. But my brain AI is still very locked into like click and move. It does give me the ability to put something on the left click, which like the Orb of Storm right now is on the left click, for example. But I kind of like keeping, I think, my left hand free for quickly doing potions and other abilities. It's like right now I'd have to like, maybe a little awkward. Yeah, I think for me, especially with my muscle memory, I like to click the move, and then I can just keep my fingers on the potion keys, and then one on my my W here for this. Between ARPGs and playing things like StarCraft, like spam clicking the mouse, I'm actually pretty good at that. Or pretty locked into that, maybe the better way to describe it. So your right hand never gets off by a button, stressful situation. And that's the other thing too. When I'm stressed in those tough boss fights, oftentimes my hand does slip. And instead of doing a potion and just using an ability, and I imagine it would be that much more worse if I was WASDing it up. At least for me. I suspect for many people, they will find the WASD vastly superior. And also wouldn't be surprised if on some builds, it turns out to be better and more convenient, depending on what kind of abilities you're using. It makes me think a little bit of when I play MechWarrior 5, either mercenaries or clans, I actually alternate between the sort of classic controls and what they're calling the new controls or first-person shooter controls. When I'm playing a light mech, I actually really like to use the first-person shooter style controls because I find it a little easier to navigate and strafe around and stuff like that. When I'm playing a heavier mech, then I use the classic controls of like sort of tank movement, torso twisting kind of thing, because you're not agile the same way. And I mostly just like set a course and then I just focus on torso twisting while my mech slowly, you know, plods in one direction. And so I could imagine maybe doing a similar thing in here where I alternate depending on what build I'm using and what skills I'm using. I suspect WASD is much better for these range type builds than it would be in melee, at least for me. Because in melee, I'm often tempted to even have just the left click be an actual melee attack. Yeah, mage being click or melee heavy builds might be good with a click. I'm using WAS with Merc. Yeah, I could see that. Okay, so we're going to experiment for the very first time.
Still inside. Corruption seems to have taken them.
Corruption. I like how she rolls her R's. So, if I do this, they're allocating points for weapon set 1. Boom, which is going to be specifically lightning-y oriented. And then, so I'm on weapon set 1. Is X the hotkey for swapping? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, stay on this. So this is now getting the plus lightning damage. So theoretically, I could equip a second weapon for fire type stuff or cold type stuff and pick up some of that. Okay. Hey, Spanner. This is just my second live stream as YouTube. Or, did you mean YouTube as general? This is my second YouTube live stream. I tested out for the first time on Saturday. We're still doing Twitch and YouTube simulcast. How long have I been YouTube in general? Someone would have to dig that up for me. I don't know how long I've been doing YouTube. Been more than 10 years. Has it been 15 years? Hard to know what to consider the first video as well. Because I did a few, like, WoW guides way back when. But that was just basically just for some friends, more or less. It was really the League of Legends videos, I think, that started more of a... I'm making videos for other people. And then, of course, Civ 4, when the League of Legends servers were down. 18 years, video is the oldest. Seriously? Alright, so I'll do this for 2 more years. Reach 20 years, and then I'll retire. Right? We'll be done by then, right? You guys will all be sick of me. You won't need to see anything else. I think that's good. Ooh, rope cuffs. Inky. That's right, I forgot. Someone pointed out, I think it's in August is my YouTube anniversary. I think it's late August. And someone, I think, pointed out, like, on the day that it was the 18-year anniversary. I don't like what you've got going on around here. And I can't dodge you. You're too fast. Maybe I can slow you down with... Just chill out. Oh, you're actually, no, you're frost resistance, which makes sense. It's always a funny thing when you're playing like Dungeons and Dragons or any computer game or whatever, right? And you're trying to figure out what elements some monster might be strong against or resistant to. And so you run into a fire creature. And then you get this interesting question of, are you strong against cold or resistant or vulnerable to cold? Because it could go either way. It could be, well, I'm hot and toasty, and therefore your cold attacks are meaningless to me because I'm just too scorching hot for a few ice cubes to bother me. Or it's, I'm made of fire, therefore you chilling me like hurts my very essence.
Who goes there?
And both ways kind of work, depending on how you're thinking about things. It actually might be worth doing a little craft on this helmet. It's more energy shield. It's a better tier. It's beaded circlet, I guess, instead of a twig circlet. So it's got better base energy shield. It's got some resistance built in. Yeah, we might try a little craft on you. Sell that off. That's fine. Power siphon. Right. Culling, power charges. Does some physical damage by itself as well. I don't know. I don't think that's where we're going. Plus the magic traits are no good for us.
All right.
We have enough money we can gamble for a ring here. Well, do we have Jin around here? That was his name, right? The gambler person? We might have to go back to the first town. I guess the other thing I can do is just check to see if they've got any for sale. No, I don't think you sell rings. I think it'll be this one that sells rings. But you don't have any. I guess the other thing I'd do is, do you have belts that have 2 charm sockets? That would be good. No, just 1. That's a lot of armor and fire resistance. Oh, 33 max life is pretty good.
Sans guides you.
All right. So if we drop this in, let's add another random magic modifier. Hello, life. Okay, I dub thee awesome enough to turn into a rare. More energy shield. And you know what? I'll add another modifier. Did it just roll more energy shield twice? It did. Now, it doesn't list the... Okay, this is a little... Does this have 4 prefixes and 1 suffix? Did it end up with the same prefix twice? Maybe at different levels? Is that something that was allowed in PO 1? To have 2 copies of the same prefix? Oh, no, wait, hold on, I see it now. No, they're separate ones. I have a tier 4 max life prefix. I have a tier 1 increased energy prefix, and I have a tier 1 increased energy and max life prefix. I mean, tier 1's low, but they rolled the great thing. And then I have a tier 1 lightning resistance suffix. It's a little dim, so it's hard to see. Yeah, that'll work for me. Okay. Yeah, that's very helpful.
Hello.
So again, maybe I could go back to Act 1 and try the gambler there. But maybe at this point, maybe it makes more sense to disenchant things after all. Should we try? Okay, hang on. Let's disenchant you. I don't have much in terms of crafting. And again, I don't have to put the item there, but I like to do it to keep track of things. Let's see if we might get a crazy... Okay, spell damage is pretty good. Cast speed's not bad. I mean, we don't have... what is it called? Is it the Regal? Yeah, the Regal to make this into a rare. I don't know if I would. I think I would really want to guarantee a +2 skills before I went and enchanted this up. Especially since I quite like the wand plus shield, although I'm betting we can get higher skill gem modifiers on the staff. But yeah, that's really what we're going to wait for, is that.
I will tell your tale.
Okay. Upgrade charms. Wait, can I do that? Can I... Oh my god, okay. Increased charges. Increased duration. Shh. Sure. Actually, what is my, excuse me, what is my lowest resistance right now? It's actually fire. And lightning's pretty bad too. I don't think I need the cold charm anymore. Oh, now that it's magic. Oh, these are runes. That's right. Hold on. Charms have their own. I mean, I'm sure they'll get a stash tab. Let's get the, you know what? We're in a desert, so maybe we'll experience more fire. So let's magic you up. Increase charges gained. Recover 6 life when used. Yeah, I'm not sure that's particularly impressive, but we'll throw you in there anyway. Okay. Oh, the portal's not in the same place as the waypoint. Well, that's annoying. All right, the head upgrade's really good. Careful with the plus level gems can be really rough on mana. I mean, I get it, for sure. I mean, on the other hand, in theory, more damage equals less need, fewer casts equal maybe better mana thing there. But like, I don't know if the efficiency's there, but it's still better. We'll just have to make sure to pick up some maybe mana regen to compensate if we get there. But we are rocking. I did get the life sprig like super early on in my test character run on Friday. So we've got +1 to all spell gems right now, which is really nice. It doesn't do that much else for it. It's got a little bit of spell life leech, but hardly meaningful, I would say. I had to respec some mana regen when I got my +3 lightning skill staff. Lightning needs heavy focus on mana anyway once you get Mana Storm. Okay. Yeah, early on I did grab the spell damage nodes instead of the early regen ones, which we could spec around or just go looking for some somewhere else. It's entirely possible. Still kind of wish we had the O1 style mana shield. Oh, my shocked. Look at me being all sparky over here. That's cool. I'll go, I guess, okay. So in Po 1, again, the shield starts to cover your red orb over here. And to me, it makes it a little easier to see at a glance. I'm really bad at seeing this little bar out of the corner of my eye. When I look directly at it, I can see what the status is. But when I'm focusing on the action, I can see the red and blue orbs in my peripheral vision very easily. But I can't really see the state of my mana shield at all, because it's too far out of my peripheral vision when I'm focusing on the center of the map. But I guess if the spell shield was covering the life, you wouldn't see the state change the same way. So, you know, there's something to be said about that. No more minions. Yeah, so we had temporary minions. We were just rocking a scepter earlier, like early on in Act 1 that had minions. But because I wasn't investing in any minion tech, they were falling off, as expected. Oh, I didn't realize. I thought I had the Overstorm on my left click just when I was on WASD mode. I don't actually want it there. But yeah, the minions, because I wasn't investing in it, were falling off. Now, by all accounts, the minions might be falling off for lots of people. From what I've heard, basically, other than summon Raging Spirits, which I guess is just called Raging Spirits now, and it works differently. From all accounts, I've heard that that's really the only viable source of real damage for minions. I think the Archer skeletons were doing okay with some sort of Poison Explosion, although did they just like nerf? I don't know if it's that Poison Explosion effect or something else. There were just some nerfs that came out today or something like that, which some people are a little upset about. It's like, this game is already kind of slow and challenging as is. What are you doing already nerfing things? Also, could we get some more drops? You heard about new DLC for this war mine? No, haven't. Sweden Bruise, thank you very much for the sub over on Twitch. My apologies, I still don't have any alerts or overlays set up for the YouTube streaming. I also am planning, I'm probably going to change, I'm going to have to experiment with it, make sure the bandwidth stays okay. I'm going to experiment with, oh, those all exploded. Different bitrate for YouTube. Let's see if we can push a little bit more as well there. Right now, it's YouTube and Twitch have exactly the same bitrate. And in theory, should be the same quality thing. Okay, so we're going to go here. We're going to switch to, again, weapon set. And What do you mean requirements not met? Oh. Why did it say requirements not met? Maybe that it was a tooltip glitch because I only meet the requirements by getting there with the weapon set, even though I was doing that. Okay, a bunch more lightning damage and increased chance to shock. I kind of wish, and I recognize that again, it's because, well, I guess it's not actually going to be here. Because the shock chance is based on the damage we deal. We don't know what our shock chance is, right? It says we can mouse over here. Lightning hits have a chance to shock based on how much lightning damage is dealt. By default, the hit is 1% chance to shock for every 4% of the target's ailment threshold dealt. Higher ailment threshold makes it less likely that being hit by elemental damage would apply relevant ailment, as well as lowering the amount of freeze or electrocute buildup received. The lower ailment threshold makes it more likely. Okay. But yeah, so I don't know how the math is coming in from the stats I've put in based on the damage here. And I mean, it's good. I think it depends on what kind of thing I'm hitting, because they're going to have different thresholds as well. But we're going to have to wait for like the path of building tools to like get the math and like simulate it against, you know, different sample enemies. But it makes it a little hard to know, like, what would be the best way to improve our DPS at this point? Would it be adding raw damage, raw cast speed, raw crit, raw shock chance? Because if something's already shocked, shocking it more doesn't help. Right? Is what I'm thinking. So ideally we like things shocked. Are you someone I can fight? I'm happy I added some fire resistance, because it seems like this might be kind of irrelevant. Well, I mean, it's a fire charm. This boss is shocked. And if you're just shocked most of the time right now, it went down. Ah! I don't know what you do yet. Okay, little bomb explosions. You're not shocked there. Now you're shocked. Because yeah, if you're already being shocked most of the time, then adding more shock chance is not helpful. It'd be better to add sources of damage, for example. That is really hard to dodge. I guess I might have to get closer to you instead, so that it can dodge a little shorter. Yeah, die. Okay. Say, am I closer to you? Then yeah, I can do that. Try to get out of that shit. It's funny when they fall down. I love the stagger stuff. That's a lot of grease. Are you gonna set that on fire? Is grease the word? Is the word the word? Why am I getting suctioned up to this person? Why am I getting rubber banded to be in melee range with them? Maybe on my client, it thought that I could dodge roll past them, but on the server, it was like, no, you're dodge rolling into them, and therefore, you get hit. I freed you, whoever you were. Oh, you over here. Hello.
Winds praise you.
Stormweaver Ascendancy node lets you shock twice. Ooh! Now that all of a sudden becomes much better to do that.
I thought I would die here.
One thing, and I'm not saying that Last Epoch is the perfect ARPG, but I am kind of enamored by it because they've gone in some new directions that feel like the right way to modernize an ARPG. But one of the things they do in there is most things are stacks. Like, for example, like I don't think there's a shock in Last Epoch, but there's like there's armor shredding, for example, or different mechanics like that, right? And you can stack multiple stacks of that, and you can have like a chance to apply some ailment that's above 100%, in which case, for the 100%, it'll apply it one time for sure, and then for the percentage above that, it has a chance of applying it multiple times. Or if you had something like 350% chance to apply whatever, it would apply 3 stacks and a 50-50 chance of applying a 4th stack every time you do it. And I kind of like that. Have you read the roadmap for Last Epoch that just came out? No! Oh! Should definitely do that. Oh, I have to return. Alright, let's do that then. Helps to read the quest sometimes. It dropped today. We'll tell you what, just before we make the switch over, so again, we're going to play this for another 40 minutes, about. Who am I looking to talk to? Lead cart, question the defector there. There you are. We'll take a look at the last Epoch roadmap.
Atop the burial spires of Deshar lie the Maraket's most honored dead. The king has become driven by madness.
Yeah, Silent Wolf, only getting half the chat, I know.
From those of renown or power in life.
That was one of the other reasons why I wasn't doing twin streaming before,
He keeps in a cage
is it splits the chat base.
They call it the beast. I have seen it, and the sight haunts my nightmares. The Halani gates are closed.
You have a lot of reverb.
Jaman-Ra must have succeeded in capturing them. He planned to close the gates to prevent the Maraket from interrupting his harvest. A siege from the front
Act 2,
would be
Aaron.
impossible now. But there is another way. An ancient passage lost to time. It was used by the traitor Balbala. I can show you where it is, if you will use it to stop Jaman-Ra before it is too late. Farewell.
So, the outcasts have raised their new king from the grave, and he seeks to violate Deshar, to feed our honored dead to the beast. Such a transgression. Those vile dogs. Our city of the dead lies beyond the Halani gates. We should move to crush the Ferryden immediately. Let us see if this defector's information is truthful. Infiltrate this supposed passage, find your way to the top of the gates without being detected, and then call for aid. I shall answer.
I like all the little doodads all over the map. And there's actually, there's a pretty high-res texture to get this much detail in something that's so tiny. Huh. I notice you buy and sell.
Outcasts trove.
Oh, are you the gambler in this act? Oh, okay. Do we want to gamble for another ring? Yes. Yes, I do. There we go. A ring of resistance. That's fine with me. Honestly, we could use a better amulet too, but they're more expensive. Okay, let's do a little crafting. Just to add a second trait to it. Although, oh, no, I did get a, oh, I got a Regal Shard, right. So, yeah, we're just going to go and add... we whiffed on that. I think it's still worth carrying, because this, the maximum mana is fine. Increased rarity is fine. I think right now, just the resistance is the way to go. And I think I might just go and smash this. Level 6 Volatile Dead. I mean, I think we'll also just disenchant almost all of this. I may want to check out that flask. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Where's the, oh, another quest person.
If you are traveling through Traitor's Passage, there is something I wish to ask of you. Did your Akara keep the tale of the traitor, Balbala? She is still sealed there, somewhere along the tunnel as an undying djinn. She served her sentence long ago, but knowledge of the location was
If I release a djinn, do I get a wish?
past time to release her.
Can I wish for better drops?
Blessings.
Where's the hooded figure? Oh, they're way back here. You know what? This town is very cool with the moving, although ethically questionable. But it's kind of inconvenient to navigate.
Browse as long as you like.
Could still just sell for a gamble. I don't know.
4 nights. Speak up.
I think I am going to switch to just disenchanting now. Wait, I can't disenchant you. No, I'm not going to keep you. I quite like our boots. Although, I gotta admit, it would be nice to have some movement speed.
Hey Quill, pay attention, there's a new subscriber.
Might be toast. Thanks for the sub. Might be toast. See, now I want toast. All right, where are we going? Use the dessert map to travel to Trader's Passage. All right. Wonder what flavor that is. Hello, dessert map. Trail corruption, Trader's Passage. Okay. Here we go. I mean, it's environmentally conscious transport. I guess? I mean, the world of Path of Exile is pretty grim, so it tonally
This
matches.
is how the traitor betrayed her people. Now I explore.
I want dessert quick. What's your favorite pastry? Favorite pastry. I'm really keen. I like strudel. I like flaky style pastries. Strudel's good. Apple or cheese, or a Danish. Well, what we call a Danish here, which is what Danish people would call a Vienna, I think.
Didn't break a sweat.
Another Regal Shard. All right. Yeah, take these flasks. Might do some things with the flask. Croissant's okay. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but if I'm like in a pastry shop and I'm choosing something, yeah, probably a fruit filling, especially apple. Now I'm getting proper hungry. What the hell? I guess all I've had today was when I woke up around 7:30. I had just like a half a bowl of cereal, and I didn't actually think to have lunch before the stream. So whoopsie daisy. Again, we're going to do about another half an hour of this, and then we're going to switch over to Wildermyth, which is what was scheduled for today. I don't really need the Scrolls of Wisdom anymore now that we got the odd ID, but... Wienerbrod. There it is. So yeah, over here in the Na, we refer to a lot of those pastries as Danishes. But then in Denmark it's as Vienna breads. And then don't they actually come from like Turkey? Isn't that like the actual chain for a lot of this stuff? Obviously with every iteration the dessert changes somewhat. But isn't that more like the chain of things that happened? I might be getting confused between other foodstuffs, but I feel like with pastry type desserts, it sort of went Turkey to Austria. Ooh, that's a lot of baddies over here. All right, let's drop that. Zappity zap 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 harder. Zap harder, zap faster. Pull back a little. Actually, I'm not sure there was an advantage to pulling back at all there. Because, oh, I think I'm webbed and slowed. Okay, I'm just going to see if I can cause a couple of these guys to leash so I don't have to fight all of them at the same time. Where's that body rune? A little Bilash. Periodic invulnerability aura. Well, that's rude. This is just me, or are my potions not refilling? Am I just using them too often?
Need mana.
Yeah, no shit, you need mana. How can I tell when you're invulnerable? Well, that wasn't it. Martial weapons, leech 3% physical damage, armor plus 25 to max life. Oh. Well, I don't think we have any open sockets right now. Didn't I turn on show sockets all the time? I don't know if it's in their game. I actually like auto-equip when you're just starting out. Oh, no, I didn't have that on. Always show sockets, please. There we go. Yeah, all right. So, can't pull those out. And these are resistance ones, which are still nice. It's one of the reasons I have so much cold resist, which felt pretty good against the Act 1 boss. But life is also pretty good. Die. Yep. Level 6 Firebolt. carry this far with those pots, no drops? Well, I mean, they're not the starter pots. I could throw an extra enchant on there, but probably should. Ooh, big old spider. Many spiders! And there's always some gamers who, like, don't want to play anything with spiders. To the point where games have, like, modes to, like, replace spiders with something else. That is really loud. That's treat stream music, right? Harduk! Harduk, what did you send me? Hold on. Oh, I don't have the treat stream open. So I have a Discord message. Anything I need to worry about? No, I think we're fine. Okay. What was that? Harduk sent me a sushi combo roll. Thank you. That's awesome. It'll get here probably just in time for our Wilderness swap. Mmm, delicious. By the way, if you are just here for the Path of Exile, that's fine. But if you haven't seen Wildermyth, I definitely, when we switch, which again is about in half an hour, I definitely recommend you stick around for a little bit to see that. Because it is a great game. It's not an action RPG. It's a turn-based RPG. But it's real good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't really have baklava, Carbon Heart, over on YouTube for a couple of different reasons. One, I have a weird thing when it comes to very syrupy bread-type products. For example, I used to think I hated pancakes. Turns out I don't hate pancakes. I hate pancakes with maple syrup. I love maple syrup, and it turns out I like pancakes just fine with just butter or maybe a little bit of jam or something on the side. But like syrupy bread stuff, I don't like it. There's an Indian little dessert dish that's like little like bready balls. Is that gulab jamun or something similar? I might be getting confused with something else. But it's like these little doughy balls in a syrup, and it's the same thing. It's like, oh, I cannot. And then to make matters worse, the baklava, a lot of times it's with walnuts, and walnuts taste like itching to me.
Years of suffering as a djinn, bound in this place of her dishonor.
Commander Krynox says they prefer jam on their pancakes 100%. Yeah, I think it's just better.
Enter her prison before her time is served.
Now, I like maple syrup. Maple syrup on ice cream, awesome sauce. Maple syrup on things that are savory, also really good. Amazing with breakfast. Like bacon, eggs, sausages, a little maple syrup drizzle on that. Insanely good. Yeah, the savory, salty, sweet combo. First time I tried it, I went to a sugar shack in Quebec. Sugar shack is like a place where they like have maple trees and process it and do the syrup. But there's a place that it was a sugar shack, but they also had like a kind of a restaurant there. Well, restaurant. It was like a big room with long, like shared tables, like picnic tables, long shared, and
The traitor must be sealed within these
like
doors.
family style eating almost. But there was maple syrup on everything. Blew my mind.
Your punishment should have ended long ago.
Are you gonna be mad though? Are you gonna be one of these? You have freed me, now I must kill you. I love the paper though. Like on the doors here too, these like seal scrolls and things like that. These like prayer scrolls almost. And then the way this is happening, that's really cool. There's no way this isn't the boss fight, right?
Dear woman, you are centuries late.
No good deed goes unpunished. All right, what's your bullshit? It looks like you're vulnerable to frost, actually. But you're not resistant to lightning. Ah! What's... What are we doing here? I mean, I was gonna say, I don't want to be in this yellow stuff. So there's clearly something I'm supposed to do when you gas up the room.
must be sealed within these doors.
Just invisible, just gotta find her.
Tail woman, you are centuries late.
Can I just face tank you for most of this? What is this part? Do I have to click? Oh, there you are. Hello. Okay, not feeling the need to dodge that, which is good. Ooh, okay, that's a little spicier. Feels like mostly I can just face tank most of what's going on here, although I might run out of potions doing this. Yeah, but I don't really know. Oh, you're doing this again. How do I find you? Do I just get close to you? Oh, there you are. Jesus. I think we're just gonna die here. I don't know that I can take this boss here. You know what would probably work pretty well against it if I went back to Frostbomb. Okay. We're gonna try one more time, and then, I don't know, we might... I'm not sure this is something I have to do. This might be more side quest. We might just leave it for later.
You are centuries deck.
Am I wrong about... See, it looks... See how the frost... Sorry, no, I'm not going to act right now. See how the frost is in red? It feels like that means you're vulnerable, but we weren't really hitting for those first few attacks. Alright, it might be working. Very important side quest for progression. Is this how we get our ascensions? Okay, I feel like we're not doing much damage with that. Possibly because it's not level 5. So despite the resistance... And again, I'm fine if this is a throwaway fight. This one here, we might just reset and start again. But I want to experiment with how much frost damage can I do? We think she's mostly doing fire damage. In which case, I'm happy that we got the rune, but still unhappy that my base fire damage is pretty low. Like, the more face tanking I can get away with... Ooh, clearly not there. The more face tanking I can get away with... Jesus. The more DPS I can just do. I want to get away from those little flame arrows, though. They're bad. Okay. Starting to figure out what shit they do. Oh, you're doing the I've gone invis thing. Oh, there you go. Okay, so when you get close, you can see them. Okay. You just get close enough and you can see them. I don't know that I can... I'm not really good at dodging her dagger attack. Or M. Bison, Psychic Crusher. What's that move called that M. Bison does? Where he, like, goes into a torpedo. Yeah, this thing here... That hits really fast. Okay, I think I can do it. Again, this is the fight. We started this fight doing the experimental frost stuff, and we brought her down to about a quarter here. I think we can pull this off without worrying about making any modifications to our setup here. Does someone know? Someone's got to know that.
The traitor must be sealed within these doors.
Where's the M. Bison? Somebody knows. One of you guys must play fighting games, or can at least Google very quickly.
You are centuries late.
Okay, what was that? I was just putting a thing down on the ground. Do I have to respond to that? Why would she put a random thing on the ground somewhere? Hello. That's a weird attack that I don't understand yet. See, she's doing it again. Is that something I'm supposed to go into? One thing I do like about Poe 2 is you really are incentivized to learn the boss fight. That's not how I meant to move. I gotta say, this character too has, or this boss has a lot of attack variety, which is really nice. Oh. Okay, so you're doing your secret. There you are. What is that ground thing you're putting down? Why are you doing it? Just random landmines to make my life harder? But it's barely counting. Get away from the Explodo arrows. Oh! I don't know if I can dodge those daggers, because they do seem to follow, but maybe I can time a dodge roll a little bit with it. That's painful. She disappeared. Pretty low. We could really use some extra DPS to kill these bosses like 5% faster. There we go. Woo-wee!
You fought well, traitor.
And Bison's attack is called the Psycho Crusher. That's what it is. A Psychic Crusher. So we've picked up... Is it this one? Balbala's Barria. Why are you standing there gawking at me? We must go to the trial of the Sekimas. Is that my Ascension trial? Alright, return... Ascend Trader's Passage. Yeah, okay. Zap harder, Quill. I'm trying to zap as hard as I can. Well, it's a vertical game. I mean, I cannot endorse Path of Exile 2 early access on the basis that it is early access and therefore a fraction of the game and balance and things like that.
So, you released Balbala
I don't think Poe 2 is yet a replacement for Poe 1, for example. I do think it looks great. I think a lot of their mechanic choices that they've made here feel good. Arguably, the balance on DPS versus boss difficulty versus drops might be a little whatever, but you know, those are all things that can be tuned.
Ah, you released Balbala, the traitor. Then it is your duty to redeem her soul by allowing her to...
Yeah, Spark Firewall. We did use some of it. And maybe it would be best to stick with it, but I'm trying to go pure lightning and see how it feels. And I like Arc a lot more than Spark. And Arc doesn't work with the Firewall.
To Arsala. The ancient trial is not far from here, and the caravan is duty-bound to carry you there.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with plan, do a bunch of disenchants still. Did I not disenchant this one? Okay, no, it looks grayed out, but that's just the color of it. I hate losing the 33 life, but I think we should legitimately go and swap to here. I mean, the Thorns doesn't do anything. The armor arguably is like, well, at least it's another defense. I don't know, maybe we do still keep our current belt just because it's got life on it. I mean, which I highly value. You know what? Yeah. I think we're just gonna smash you. Should see if there's anything I want to do with my gems here. But also, we should go and... Okay, you're already... Magic. We'll give you a second one. More recovery on the life, sure. And then you've already got 2 traits on you. Yeah, okay, that's all fine. Some level 6 skill gems. Well, you don't have the stats to support these things. That's interesting. Interesting. Is lightning not in this list? Like, that staff that gives us the lightning rod. Is that spell just something that's exclusive to the staff itself? Like Firebolt and whatnot. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if we need to go... Because, yeah, even leveling up Arc, I don't have the stats. I need some extra intelligence. Alright, I guess we might just wait. Use the map. Yeah, some spells are weapons only. That's interesting, and not what I realized. Okay, we can go back to the gate now. Weapon skills are mostly exclusive weapons, like Lightning Bolt.
Quickly.
I don't have gambling money, do I?
An outcast's trove.
Am I on the right map? It's so slow. Did I go to the right place? I mean, it looks like it connects, but last time... Oh, maybe it was a backdoor, because I'm going to say last time we just drove right up to the gates. But maybe what I'm looking for here is a backdoor? Yeah. Well, alright, I can travel... Click to travel to the gates, but that's where I am? Use the desert map to travel to the Trial of Sekhmet, which is the gates there. Yeah, this must be a back door to the place. Flashing Diamond North. Oh, hold on! There it is. I guess there's two things, which is part of it. But yeah, I want to do this ascent. If this is our ascension, I want to do that. For sure.
The Winter Sechemas challenge. I am right where...
It was just a blinking diamond. It didn't have the little quest... I was going to say exclamation mark. I don't know if it's an exclamation mark. It looks more like a nail. So now this one does. But that site didn't. Like, I'm not crazy. I don't think it had the symbol over it. A little fast travel point. At least I don't have to keep using the caravan. Okay. Okay. So, there you go. That's our Ascension-y key. What's a relic locker? Relic locker decoration now available. Okay.
I will serve. We have met in battle, but not in peace. I am Balbala.
Apulo, hey, thanks for the gift sub.
Long a sorrowed prisoner. As Jinn here, I shall serve as your guide. Together, we shall prove ourselves worthy.
Relics. 8% increased quality of relics dropped by monsters. Place this item on the relic altar at the start of the Trial of Sekhmet. Okay.
Go with the winds.
Ooh, and you unlock more, and you can fit more of these modifiers in here. Okay, then we get the relic locker. Sure. Is this optional? Do I not have to? I wonder if you can start a trial without a relic. But we'll do it anyway.
Perhaps here, Balbala, we can both be redeemed.
Hate the blinking quest thing. You can run it without a relic, but you don't want to. Yeah.
My time has come.
I don't know, I might want to in case I die. What is this honor bar? No explanation here? Alright. Okay. So, Ascension map style sort of traps. Okay.
Unnatural filth.
Okay. We can go through there, but there's also a path over here. Oh, no, there isn't. Okay. Might be kind of a way out. There's a wall I could hide behind there if I didn't want to do the rhythm game. Okay, I can't go through that door, but this place is open. Okay, that was a long door opening animation. So that's open. Is the other one open too? Oh, this is... Oh, I wonder if it opened now, so I got to go through a second time. And that other door will be open now. Go faster. Go faster. Okay, yeah, that's open. All right, cool. Dodgy dodge. Trial complete. Okay. I have gained sacred water, which is something. Okay, all right. Okay. Looks like ascendancy. This way gives you a bronze key. Afflicts you with worn saddles, reduced movement speed, or sandals. Wards a large sacred water fountain. I mean, I don't know what the water is used for. Wards a shrine to restore honor. I don't know what the honor is for. I wonder if this movement speed debuff is going to last through the entire dungeon. I'm just going to go down this route. What's the deal with honor? Did someone explain it? I don't know what's causing it to go down. Oh, I guess I can tooltip with the honor, I just realized. Okay, it hasn't gone down. I thought, like, maybe it was depleting as a kill thing. Additional resource you have to manage within the trial. A percentage of the damage you take will be taken from your honor. Oh! Shit! And of course, I take some damage while I'm reading this. So I might want to go through the you regain honor option. I want to finish reading this tooltip, but I clearly have to deal with these guys first. Okay. If your honor reaches 0, then the trial is failed. Don't hit me, bro! I'm gonna be that much more annoyed every time they hit me. I wonder if taking energy shield counts as damage. I need to take a hit that just eats my energy shield and nothing else. I have 484 honor. I mean, someone might already know. Otherwise, pay attention and see if you can spot a time. Oh, there we go. Oh, taking energy shield damage does reduce my honor. So, all of a sudden, are like evasion builds better for doing these trials, right? And does armor reduction lower the amount as well? Because that feels bad. Like, I didn't take real damage. Time is it? Okay. Oh, so we're gonna just finish this, which I'm actually realizing is gonna take more than a few minutes. We're gonna go over a little bit before our time when we wanted to switch to. Are you summoning from over there? I mean, you called it a summoner and everything. We're gonna go over a little bit before our Wildermyth change, which is supposed to switch over in 5 minutes, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. Okay. More elemental damage. I kind of want to go. More energy shield. Faster regen. Max mana. Crits. I know I'm going to want to start stacking crit. But, like, I don't know if we have enough crit available to make the critical overload load worthwhile already. Oh, hello, max life. Maybe I should just go out east and pick up some life boosts. Lightning penetrates... Okay, no, we're going to beeline towards this. That's what we're going to do. Oh! That's a little annoying. I think because these are specific to this weapon set. Although, I can't tell that clearly. How can I tell that these two are part of this weapon set? But I don't meet the prereqs for this, because this is a generic skill point which isn't allowed over here. The line color. Okay, I guess it's slightly more orange. I mean, admittedly, maybe, you know, maybe there's a slight color blindness, but at a glance, that is hard to tell. It is a little bit more orange, but oof. So I'm wondering if I shouldn't have put weapon set points at all in here. It's not the end of the world, because I can go here. It honestly might not be so bad to allocate a few more attribute nodes regardless, especially since I do technically need some int right now. I guess it's the same amount. It's 1-2 versus 1-2. But if I do the int, I'll have enough int to get to level 6 arc, for example. Is there a boss fight here? It feels boss. Oh no, alright. Give me some sacred water.
Relish your mortality.
Alright, let's grab the restore honor. And hourglass. Survive waves of monsters until the timer expires. Okay, so we're getting an arena style fight. Alright, that's a pretty badass animation. Alright. So survive for a minute. And if I kill a rare, it eats more time off the timer. Alright. Oh, there's a rare. I didn't want to roll that way. I did not want to roll that way. I can guarantee you. So in a sense, I don't even have to kill anything. As long as I don't get overwhelmed. But I suppose there's no guarantee things will despawn when the timer runs out. Although I'm kind of assuming it does. No, there, it just died when the timer ran out, I think.
Swift magnificence.
Okay. Oh, your starting owner is max HP plus max energy shield. Okay. So we are getting some credit for that.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber.
And that eat 5 of my sacred water to okay. Hey, Timo. Thanks for the sub. Alright, well, if there's a bronze key, there must be a bronze door, right? Again, we're running this a little longer because apparently we started this longer trial, which I guess I should have realized what was happening. But yeah, so we're cutting into our Wildermyth time a little bit. I'm so very sorry. You are lightning resistant, which is very rude.
Desert fire.
Did I kill? Oh, there's still a summoner. Missed you over here.
The ritual has been disrupted.
Oh! I didn't kill the other dude, but I guess he went away from the summons as well. Okay, that's good to know. Bronze key. Restores honor and burdens you with affliction. Removes 5% of... Okay. Afflicts you with purple smoke. hell's purple smoke? Takes 19 physical damage on room completion. I can just get another bronze key there. Because I did this one. I could get another bronze key. Alright. Find and disable all the crystals. Any crystal still active when the timer expires will damage you. So gotta go fast. Oh my god, that is short. Crystal, 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 crystal. Crystal, 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 crystal. I don't even know if I got a... Oh! Did it send a thing in the direction of the next crystal? I'm a little bit worried that these guys are going to chase me and kill me. I didn't see the thing. Okay, there's a crystal over there. Ooh, I can't get there. I think I may have chosen poorly. Shite. Okay, there's a death crystal here. Great. I guess we're going to keep going this way. Hello, death crystal. Okay, good. 2 more. Around there, but there's only 1 more left, and I know where it is, actually. I saw it earlier. Really should have movement speed. Not having any movement speed is pretty bad. Like, ARPG rule number 1. You want as much life and as much movement speed as possible. Alright. Well, we dealt with that. How do I leave? Oh, over there. I bet you I couldn't have proceeded here without either the crystals all being done or the timer being over. Alright, we got ourselves another bronze key. Okay, which is inventory over there. I wonder if that stays between runs. My assumption is no. Restores honor. Bigger water fountain. Well, let's do this. We're going to get Hungry Fang. So every time we get hit, we're going to lose a bunch more stats, but fine. Now go back and loot. And that's true. Oh. Defeat all raw monsters in the area to fill a chalice. Blood drop go this way, and another direction as well, but okay. Oh, rare. All damage shocks. Okay, so I'm gonna get shocked a bunch. I think clicking on the chalice gave me the little direction charge again, which is kind of nice, I guess. I wonder if I could have done that for the death crystals as well. With your tiara. Energy shield stuff. If I do this, we just have the 1 ticky. Alright. Cool. Section is in time. We're running a little low on honor. Okay, there's another rare. Always bleeds. Extra physical damage aura. Okay.
A great challenge overcome.
Cool. Groovy. Like how it feels different. And I do like the more meaningful bossy type fights. Yeah.
Pay attention. There's
Give me some water. Oh, we'll gain a minor affliction, but I don't know. Give me the honor. It would suck to lose from running out of honor. Red smoke. Room types are unknown on the trial map. That's what the purple... Okay. Unknown encounter. Grants a boon, or we can get a silver key. I wonder if these open more chests at the end instead of doors. I don't know. I want a boon. Boons are good. Yeah, rule 1, don't die, it lowers your DPS. True. Rule 1 gameplay. In terms of gearing... you're still playing some sort of weird low life build, you generally want as much life as possible. Because ultimately what all defenses come down to is sort of effective hit points. How much raw damage can you take before you die? Obviously more HP equals more, but also if you have like resistances or armor to... Can't go through there. Just feels like I should be able to walk through there. That's something I would like to see change, I think. Well, I think, yeah, the fight's just going to time out before that guy dies. I probably should have just ignored his health and just tried to minimize how much damage I take, and therefore honor I lose.
That was close.
That wasn't the close. Yeah, give me a random boon. Restore 31 of your honor when you venerate a Marraketh shrine. I don't know how relevant that's going to be. All right. Let's figure out what this boss is. Rank this one among other popular RPGs. I don't want to rank Po 2 as anything right now because it's only a partial game. It's also part of the appeal of Path of Exile in general is that it is free to play. And Path of Exile 1 does that very well. All right, I'm probably going to die here if I try to talk while I do it. Whereas Path of Exile 2 is A, incomplete, and B, not free. That being said, I think it's got a lot of potential. The big question will be, you are vulnerable to cold. Although we don't do as much cold damage, I don't know. The big question will be, what does it look like 6 months from now after balance changes and more content? My 3 action RPGs that I like the most is I like Path of Exile 1 for infinite build diversity and a very deep end game. I like Grim Dawn for the story and the map, and still has a lot of build diversity, and also you don't require a PhD to figure out builds. Path of Exile 1 really suffers from the average player really can't design a full build truly in Path of Exile 1. It is sort of beyond scope. We're getting some real mana problems here. And then the new player in the block, and Grim Dawn is also like super duper mega cheap all the time at this point, and they are getting a new expansion this year, which I'm hyped about. And then yeah, the new kid on the block is Last Epoch, which is not free, although it isn't very expensive, and to me has great character development. I love the way that each skill has its own skill tree, which sort of almost works. It serves a similar role to what gems do in Path of Exile, support gems, right? Because you have your skill in Path of Exile, 1 or 2, and then you have support gems that alter how it works. With Last Epoch, the way that works instead is through the skill tree. It's a constant lack of mana. The problem is we did take that skill that drops those little mana goodies, but it almost does nothing against the boss because it has to be shocked and then critted. But I suppose if I boost my crit chance, then it will give me more mana regen on boss fights. The thing was, with the Jin fight, she was summoning minions. So I was able to replenish my... Oh, I ran out of honor! I'm like, I'm not dead. What are you talking about? I ran out of honor. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll just have to try it again another time. 10 minutes over. We're going to switch over to Wildermyth right now. And again, if you haven't seen that. So yeah, Last Epoch, I really like the crafting system in Last Epoch is by far my favorite. I really think it works really well. It's both random and deterministic at the same time, which is really cool. What I love in Last Epoch is the ability to add like affixes and suffixes, just like you get on a random magic item here, but you can add those to epic items, or unique items, which makes them have a whole new purpose in the game, which is beautiful and wonderful. So yeah, those are my top 3. I think you can't go wrong. Path of Exile, Grim Dawn, Last Epoch. I think they're all really solid picks. And yeah, for now, I don't want to give an absolute judgment for Path of Exile 2 because it is still very much under development. But with that, we're going to switch over to playing some Wildermyth, which is a lovely, beautiful, story-rich, procedural-generated map, turn-based role-playing game that feels fantabulous.